time to drop.
Welcome back to the Hennisphere, everyone. Today is September 22nd, 2019. I am here at SeaWorld San Antonio to give you a quick update on the new haunted house and the new roller coaster. Not sure what else I'll do because I'm also planning on going to Fiesta, Texas later today. That video will come out a day after this one. Let's go inside and look at the progress. One thing that should be noted is today is the last day of the year to go in Aquatica. Sunday is the last day of operation. You will no longer be able to go in after today. So if you're wanting to come to Aquatica, it's a little too late. You have to wait till next year. But the good news is they will have 2 new water slides open next year for 2020. From what I hear though, it's more of a re-theme or a reskin on a couple of the water slides. I don't know which ones, but they're adding audio and visual effects to it. Sounds fun. Beer garden may be over, but as we know, Howl O Scream is starting up just next weekend on the 27th. There's also this parade coming too. It's new for this year. The Sesame Street Halloween Parade in Bay of Play. I assume it'll follow the same route as the other Sesame Street parade. It ends right here and comes from Bay of Play this direction. I'm a little surprised to see this. Usually the Coca-Cola freestyle machines and this little merchandise stand are open. It's dead over here though. I mean, you can see there's barely anyone in this section of the park. Even though like the parking lot was fairly crowded, it wasn't empty. It's kind of sad to see this. Now it's time for your Howl O Scream update. Here is one of the bars that is ready to go, pretty much. It just needs to be stocked with alcohol and drinks. And over here, I don't know if this was here last year. It says Cork and Cog Ale House. Some good theming right there. Further down, we've got the flags up. And then we have the actual gates that are open right here on the left and the right. Those stone-looking things. And this right here is the most interesting piece of theming. There are newspapers here talking about 2 more victims claimed by the East End Ripper, Jack the Ripper. I don't remember this being here last year, but it has to do with the drinks that are being sold at the bar. One of them is called Jack the Ripper, I think. So, pretty good theming, I'll say. Over here next to Bayside Brews, a nice little beer garden of sorts that isn't open today. Doesn't look like it is. They do have the sign out front. No one's really ever here. It's a nice place to come and chill. It's a little more quiet. They have the Zombie Horde Haunted Maze, and right next to it they have some great theming. Now I don't know if this was here last year. They have all of the hazardous waste, hazmat, nuclear looking containers over here. I'm gonna walk around just to show you kind of where I'm at and where all this stuff is. See, they have even more containers right there, as well as little lamps. I don't remember those lamps being there. They're a little, maybe they were there. They look a little different to me. But like this, all of these barrels and whatnot, I remember them set up where Turtle Reef now is. So I believe that there's more theming than this. There should be like a forklift with a bunch of people in hazmat suits, kind of all dead. And I don't know if they're gonna put that over by Turtle Reef. It wouldn't really make sense. There's another barrel. But over here, it says Zombie Zone on this little marker. And right across, there's a sign that's brand new. It says Matheson's Corners. Welcome to Matheson's Corners. We know you'll want to stay forever. And it looks like the population keeps decreasing. That's pretty crazy. I don't remember that sign. There's a hazmat tent right here. And then we have the Z Bar, kind of like the zombie bar. Another place to get alcohol. It was actually set up right over here, the Z Bar, last year, kind of at this intersection. So they've moved it because there is another haunted house over here, and there is a new pathway opened up. So I'm gonna get a little closer and show you. And here it is, guys, the new pathway that's opened up over by the new roller coaster, Texas Stingray. we have the entrance for Milton Creek Manor, and they really did this part of the park up very well with theming. Like, these little columns right here look amazing, and if I'm looking at them correctly, there is something on top of them. It looks like there's some kind of effect. I still can't see it right now, but if you look on top, there's a little bit of like a green tarp. So it looks like maybe something inflatable is on top. I won't know for sure until the ambassador preview this week, which I will be going to. But here's a sign for Milton Creek Manor, enter at your own risk. And here is where the entrance will be. And we get to go right up close to Texas Stingray. Pretty awesome view right here. And I'm a little surprised to see workers here. Usually on Sundays, workers are not here at all. Maybe there's one or two, but they're doing like electrical work. They're not actually doing the carpentry. So Saturdays, they work half a day. Sundays, they're usually gone. But this is going to be your update for the ride. You can see that a lot of work has been done on the station area right in there. And this little shed has just popped up this week. I'm hearing that this area right here, where the roof is not as tall, this will be the maintenance area. And further down where the roof is a little taller, that will be the actual loading and unloading station. And you can't see it very well, but further in the back, there is a section of track that isn't quite complete yet. You can see it kind of like right here. And that, from what I've seen on the other side of this construction site, looks like a crazy, just banked hard to one direction and switched to banking the other direction, just like Intimidator 305. It looks awesome, that one turn. It should be very whippy over there. And really, the whole back half of this ride should be very whippy. After these 90-degree or maybe they're overbanked turns occur, kind of a figure-8 pattern here, once you go back towards the lift hill, it's going to be very low to the ground. It's going to have some great interactive elements with another ride, and then eventually you'll come back to right here into the brake run and into the maintenance track, transfer track, and station. But this ride, the more I look at it, the more I'm getting excited, the more I'm anticipating it to be the best wooden roller coaster in the state of Texas. Boardwalk Bullet is cool and all, but it is very rough. This one I think will be a lot smoother. And right down here is where we will enter Milton Creek Manor. And further down, I'll actually show you. I saw these earlier today in the park. They've got some other things for Milton Creek Manor, some other signage and whatnot. Just over here by the Dine with Orcas waiting area. You can hear the orcas right now. So a table, and then further down, they have the signage for the past member preview. And here's something I mentioned earlier. There are different tiers to tickets for this. You can upgrade to a Fear Pass Ultimate, and you will get to experience extra rooms within Milton Creek Manor. I'm not sure if there are extra rooms you get with other mazes in the park, but I've heard you get 3 rooms extra that the normal general public will not have access to if you get the Fear Pass Ultimate. I don't know how much that costs though. Oh, that's clever. They are serving booze at a bar. I'm assuming that's pointing to the Z bar. Could be wrong, but there you have it, guys. That is gonna do it for the update from SeaWorld San Antonio this week. Check back next week as it will be Howl O Scream, and I will show off a lot of the decorations from this park and go in some of the mazes. I believe there should be video, or people should be talking about what's already in Milton Creek Manor because of the past member preview that happened last night, but I'm not gonna read any of that or watch any of that because I want to be surprised when I go through it for the first time. I know there are some pretty big effects in there. If you follow SeaWorld San Antonio, or SeaWorld Texas as we call it, on social media, they did post a teaser to that new haunted house. I shared it on my Hennisphere page on Facebook. And you can see there's a pretty large, looks like an animatronic that's blurred out in the little teaser video. So I'm pretty excited. It looks like they spent a lot of money on this house. There should be some awesome effects or animatronics inside. Probably, I mean, definitely some good theming based on the entrance that they have here. But that will be coming up next week from this park. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. We've hit the 3/4 mark towards my goal, 750 subscribers. We want to get to 1,000 ASAP. A lot of things will happen once I hit that mark. New videos that I've been working on for a while. And I'll show you my new car, my baby, a Ford Mustang GT Premium. It's my dream car. I will be getting that at 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much. That was another day in the Hennisphere.